G'day, welcome to the Happy Families podcast. Today on the pod, we're going to have a conversation about an article that I read last year. And it's that grain of sand in my shoe. It's the provocation. I heard a great quote recently. It came from a school leader who said, "Contented cows give milk, agitated oysters give pearls." And I've been agitated, and I feel like it's time for the pearl to come out today. So Derek Thompson is a former Atlantic staffer who now has his own Substack. Just look up Derek Thompson on Substack and you'll find him. We will link to the article in the show notes. But I read this back in October and I can't let go of it. It has been a sand in my shoe that has become a pearl in my oyster. And today we have a look at Whose Cup We Are Filling by Derek Thompson, because it's just too good to not share as widely as possible. Stay with us. Hello and welcome to the Happy Families podcast, where you get real parenting solutions every single day. This is Australia's most downloaded parenting podcast. We so appreciate that you choose to make us that. Thank you for listening. We hope that you're getting great value from it. We are Justin and Kylie Coulson. We're the parents of 6 kids. And today, Kylie, I'm going to just share some thoughts from this Substack article from Derek Thompson that he shared last year that has not let me go. I keep coming back to it again and again and again, usually in a guilty way because I'm doing it wrong. And the Substack is a really positive way of realigning values, realigning intention. And I'd just love for you to interrupt me if anything strikes you as I'm reading. Is that okay?
Okay, hit me.
The post is called Whose Cup Are You Filling? It's a Sunday morning post about attention, finitude, and a game of life. He says, "I'm thinking of a game. The rules are simple. Every morning you have a full pitcher of water and many empty cups. By day's end, you pour all the water from the pitcher into the cups. The goal of the game is to pour the water into the right cups."
Okay, so I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay.
This is so hard. Like, you haven't even got into it.
No, I know.
And I'm thinking about all of my cups. Like,
right.
I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a wife, I'm a mother to 6 really unique individual kids.
So that is 6 cups right there.
Right. So lots of people think that our kids are kind of cookie cutter when you look at them. That they look the same. But
yeah,
to parent them, they are not.
All you have to do is have a second child and you realize this, right? And once you have 6, I'm one of 6 and I'm never-endingly surprised at how different I am to my siblings and they are from one another. And so we would expect that would happen with our kids too, and it has.
I'm a mother-in-law, I'm a grandmother, I'm a teacher, I'm a taxi driver, I'm a nurse, I'm a therapist. But then there's also all of the facets that make up me. There's the physical me and there's the mental me and the emotional me. Like, there is so many cups, and the idea that we can find balance and all of that is kind of a bit of a fallacy.
Yeah, I don't believe in balance. We've had this conversation on the pod before.
You just think about any one of those relationships, and when one of them is in crisis,
then all of the water goes into that cup.
That's right.
Yeah.
Keep reading, but I'm just...
Well, before I keep reading, let's just
I've lost count of how many cups are sitting in front of me right now.
You've mainly been talking about the roles that you fill, but then you added, and I think it's worth fleshing it out. In fact, he does it in the next paragraph. There's also the things you do that you're tipping water into. Whether it's watching Netflix or going and exercising or spending some time in faith and devotion and putting your energy into reading uplifting literature, like all of these things also are emptying that pitcher of water every single second of every single day.
I don't think my table's big enough.
No, there's a lot of cups. All right, here's what he says. He says, "Sounds like it's a weird game, I know, but there's a catch. You have been playing this game your whole life." And I think that's worth pointing out. Whether you opt in or not, you're still playing the game. This is the non-optional game. This is what our life is. The game is attention. You are the pitcher. The water is your time, your daily 16 or 17 hours of waking consciousness, all your care and focus and feeling. The cups represent everything you pour your thoughts and attention into. They're labeled work, TikTok, wife or husband, dishes, exercise, regret, parents, anxiety, God. I just want to pause there for a sec because attention, I love how he said this. Like, if you're focused on this regret, something happens I don't know, a week ago or a month ago or
7 years ago.
5 years ago. That's exactly right. And you wake up and once the morning rush is over and you sit down and then it just pops back into your head and you spend 5 or 10 minutes thinking about that regret. And maybe you journal a bit about it, or maybe you ring somebody and talk to them about the regret and how this thing just won't get shaken. Or maybe you go and spend hours and an enormous amount of money in a therapist's office talking about this regret. This is pouring water out of you into that glass. And here's what he says. By its nature, water cannot go into 2 cups simultaneously. When you're listening to a podcast, you aren't listening to your husband. When you're thinking about politics, you aren't thinking about your sister. When you're working, you aren't praying. It's easy to lie to ourselves about our values and our priorities, but attention doesn't tell lies. Attention reveals the preferences that we have, our values.
Well, there's that kind of well-known saying that where your attention goes, your energy flows. So wherever I'm putting my attention, that's where my water's going, right?
Yeah, this is another way of kind of saying what Stephen Covey said. The things that matter most should never be at the mercy of the things that matter least. And so if you're getting your knickers in a knot about things that on a global scale really do matter, right? Like the stuff that's on the front page of the news. I'm not going to talk about anything there because it might offend somebody who really does care about those things. The reality is you can't do anything about that stuff. Well, most of us can't do anything about that stuff. Maybe a few of us in some strange circumstances can. But we can do something about the fact that our daughter is coming home and crying every afternoon, or that we've got a husband who feels disconnected, and the way that he demonstrates that disconnection is to disappear into his bedroom and watch Netflix rather than coming out and communicating with the family. We can focus on things that we're concerned about, or we can focus on things that we have some power to control. Where we put our water, where we tip our water out of our finite resource each day, has a huge impact on what the rest of our life feels like and whether we feel like we're in control or not. And Derek Thompson says, many people spend their whole lives emptying themselves without taking stock of the water levels of the cups into which they pour their existence. They spend hours, days, and decades watering cups that they never meant to water and leaving empty other vessels they always meant to fill.
Clearly, I only have my perspective to go from, but I talk to too many women who feel like their pitcher's empty, but they've gotten nothing out of the experience. They're just constantly pouring into other people's cups or other things and feeling depleted from the process.
This is a question of where we're going to focus. I do this activity when I'm talking to staff or parents sometimes, or students, where I get them to put a broomstick on their fingertips, and they look at their fingertips and the broomstick falls over. It usually hits them in the head. But instead of looking at their fingertips, if they look at the top of the broomstick, they can balance it on their fingertips. So when I hear you say that, I'm thinking, the attention is there regardless, but sometimes we're putting our attention in less effective places, and that is depleting. If we're putting our attention into something that depletes us, we are going to feel empty. We're going to feel horrible. I'll give you a really simple example. Every now and again, I will write a piece for social media, and then I get caught up in what I'm seeing in the comments. And all of my attention gets poured into spending a long time responding to people that I don't know and that I don't need to impress, and that often have been brought in by the algorithm. They're not actually followers of what we do. And I sit down at the table and I'm angry. You know that I'm angry, and you'll be like, oh, you've been on social media. So much so that I've given all of my social media to my team. I just write the stuff and I walk away. I don't even look at it anymore. I don't even know how to log in anymore. My team posts it all for me and does it because I don't want to put my attention on it.
On my side of the coin then, at the moment, I'm putting a lot of energy into my physical health and moving my body and exercising. And that is having a huge toll on my capacity to be as present as I would like come afternoon time when I'm ready for bed at
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
But the challenge is, as most of us will experience, what I'm doing is not bad.
Yeah.
And if we recognize and know that balance isn't it's not achievable, then how do we make the decision? about where our energy needs to go and our attention needs to go if all of these things are good. I have 6 children. They're all good, right?
Yeah. And
my grandbaby, she's good.
How do you find the energy to put the attention into it if you've depleted your energy, even though you've still got the minutes and the hours in the day, but there's no energy left to direct the attention productively?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about that after the break. Stay with us. We're back. It's the Happy Families podcast. Kylie, you've asked this really hard question. I don't know that I've got a great answer for you, but I think it would be worth stepping back into the Derek Thompson piece because he does say something that I think really matters here. He says the game of cups is a useful allegory because it recommends a clear action. Think of it as a waterline inventory. At the end of the day, you can ask yourself, who got my water today? Did I save my attention for my priorities, or do I consistently pour myself into activities and media that I would never say I valued? And I feel a little pang of guilt there because I probably only need to check the news headlines 2 or 3 times a day, but I probably check them 8 times a day. And therefore, I'm pouring water into the wrong spot. And often I'll do it because I'm feeling depleted and I'm not sure that I have the energy to do the stuff that I want to do. Anyway, let me jump back in. He says one can be quite precise about this waterline inventory. If you're a white-collar worker, for example, you'll have typed hundreds or thousands of words in a given day. Who or what got your words? Projects you care about or projects you wish never existed? Colleagues or family? Group chats with people you don't really care about or group chats with people you love and want to see more of? He says, if I'm being strictly honest with myself, there are too many weeks when looking back, I sent hundreds of words to Slack channels and group chats I don't really care about without sending a word to a friend I care about and haven't contacted in a while.
As we're talking, to me, this is really just about intention.
Yeah.
Attention is about what our intention is. Like if we want to be intentional, then our attention is going to go to the places that we believe need our focus.
And I'm thinking about that question that you asked. What happens at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when you are out on your feet, you've been going all day, you've put a whole lot of energy into other activities, productive activities. You've been really good. You haven't even snacked. Like you've been really, really good and focused on all the right things, but you've still got another 3 to 4 hours to go. And you're kind of thinking, I don't think I want to. Something that I've discovered is that if you just take that first or second step, just take a couple of steps and get some momentum and some progress, it starts to feel good again. So you might think, I don't want to spend time with the kids or I don't want to go and cook dinner. But if you can pull yourself off the couch or pull yourself off the bed or where it is that you're laying down and trying to get that little breather because you really do feel like you need it. If you can switch Netflix off or stop scrolling the Instagram reels, and this isn't about you, this is a general comment, what happens is you take those steps into the kitchen, you open the fridge, you pull the ingredients out, you start chopping, and all of a sudden you're there. You're putting your attention into it, or you notice that your daughter's not looking very happy and you're there. You start to put your attention into it. My experience has been that attention picture goes from sun up to sundown, from when we wake to when we sleep. We've just got to be intentional about pouring the water into the right cups. And this is how Derek Thompson finishes the piece. He says the whole project might sound like a major guilt trip, but I choose to see it differently. Our attention is a unique resource. Bodies degrade, wealth rises and falls, reputations come and go. But attention refreshes daily. The morning's pitcher is always full. The morning's cups are always empty. The game begins again, and it's a game you can win today no matter how many times you've lost. So this week, I wrote myself a note and taped it to my desk where I can't miss it. Whose cup did you fill today?
I really like that ending. It's so simple. It's so profound. The idea that you don't actually have to think about the hundreds of cups in front of you because that's what I've been focusing on, but the one cup that you intend to focus on.
We will link to Derek Thompson's article and his entire Substack in the show notes because I think it's great. It's one of my favorites, even though I don't always agree with it. I just think he's so provocative and so, oh my goodness, he's so articulate. Derek Thompson Substack, we'll link to that. The Happy Families podcast is produced by Justin Rulon from Bridge Media. Mim Hammonds provides our admin and other support. If you would like more info to make your family happier, we'd love for you to visit us at happyfamilies.com.au.